Hi, welcome to the latest in the Irish Ancestors video series. Today I'm going to be talking about, today I'm not going to be talking, today I'm going to be ranting about a missing record source, one of the most important sources for not just Irish ancestors, but political history, social history, economic history in Ireland. And it's a black hole. We didn't blow them up, but we won't let you look at them. So they're the records, as you may have guessed, if you know anything about me, they're the records of the Land Commission. So the Land Commission was set up in 1881 as part of the Land War. The idea was to defuse the row between landlords and tenants by creating fair rents. And eventually it went on to become the vehicle by which this massive change in ownership happened from the great landlords to the small tenants. So unlike Britain, unlike Scotland, Wales and England, where the great landlords are still firmly ensconced, in Ireland, almost 70% of the total land area was transferred from these giant estates to the small tenant farmers, basically up to about 1920. And after 1920, in the Republic, the Land Commission dealt with further transfers, compulsory purchase. It became highly politicized, and it went on until the 1980s in the Republic and until 1935 in Northern Ireland. In the course of dealing with these estates, huge amounts of records were collected. I wrote a blog post about it, and I'm going to go to that now. So let's just go to the site and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are at the site, the latest blog post, which is how to look a gift horse in the mouth. This relates to an announcement made last week of plans to digitize historic Land Commission records. As you can imagine, it sent the headline, at least, sent lots of Irish researchers' hearts aflutter. When you look more closely, it's not quite that simple. Okay, what seems to have happened, in my cynical eyes at least, is that the people in charge of the Land Commission records, who are the Department of Agriculture for ancient historical reasons, not the National Archives, not the National Library, not any kind of an archivist, but the Department of Agriculture. They deal with these records because they are land title, because they involve legal records, legal title to land. And they're all in this giant warehouse down in Portlaoise. And the finding aids that they were using to access them were starting to fall apart. So they needed to digitize them. So in order to digitize them, I think they said, let's give the minister a photo op, and he'd be more disposed to pay for the digitization of this. So they announced that they were going to digitize the finding aids. There are about 200 volumes of the finding aids. There are about 12 million records, never mind. So totally different things. So the finding aids, digitize the finding aids and put the finding aids online. Put the finding aids online without giving people access to what you're telling them are there. That really doesn't seem very sensible. And there's a nice little video that goes with the report. Let me play you my favorite part of the video. Here it is here. And we'll just start from 58 seconds.
200 handwritten volumes, which are keys to finding documents. The documents are stored according to the estate that the land was initially formed part of. We're hoping to be able to create a searchable database, ultimately to put it online.
Okay. It took me a few goes to actually hear what we're hoping to create a searchable database. What the next word was. The next word was ultimately to put it online. So first of all, they're going to digitize it. And then possibly in the next political term, after this minister is gone, it'll all be forgotten. This is a long-running saga. I know of only 2 people who have ever got research access of any description to these records, and both of them came back flabbergasted at what was there. There are wills, there are tenants lists, there are pedigrees, there are family papers, it's extraordinary amount of original documentation, and there is zero access to it. And now they're promising to make it even worse by showing us exactly what we can't get access to. Ugh. Okay, rant over. If you're interested, there are quite a few things about the Land Commission on the site, linked to from the blog post. One of my favorite links takes you to this, to the questions and answers, parliamentary questions in the Parliament here, the Dáil, and this is from 2012, when Paul Connaughton, obviously put up to it by somebody like myself, who has been campaigning for these things for donkey's years, asked if there was any possibility of making access to the records available. And he says, the estate title documents are owned by the estate vendors and their assigns and form part of the root title of those allotted land on the estate. This is the Simon Coveney, now the Minister for Foreign Affairs. Owners and purchasers of land and their personal and legal representatives are allowed access to and copy of relevant documentations and maps. Don't be asking about this stuff, is what Simon Coveney basically told Paul Connaughton. The current report is the man doing it's nice to see inside the warehouse in the video. It's nice to see what the finding aids look like. It's nice to see that all the records seem to be stored in nice dry boxes. It would be very nice to be able to get some research access to them, to go down, to have a little research room in there where you book an appointment a month in advance, where using their finding aids, you pick something out. I think it's probably too much to hope. I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime. I'm not even sure it'll happen in my son's lifetime. Anyway, rant over. Thank you for watching.